uh, especially now when we are all in our houses, and hoping that this is enough to lower, to slower the propagation of this bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Jeremy.
Hello. Hi. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry to keep postponing. I appreciate your patience.
Yeah,
I
I
I had
saw
another.
that.
I had a staff meeting right before this call that just kept going on and
Okay,
on and on.
don't worry,
So
no problem.
so tell me about yourself and about what you're doing.
Yeah, actually, I'm here because I met
That's
Franklin.
right. Yeah, she told me about you.
Yeah, and actually, the fact is that I have been my whole life working on something that now turns very useful in the situation to help researchers speed up the research in to find a cure or anything to stop the virus. To just to give you an idea of my just to make it short, but my story starts when I was young, when I was a boy. I was I've been always fascinated by science in general, and in particular by sound waves and electromagnetic waves, let's say. So I started from that, and also for my career, had the opportunity to choose my career path in such a way that I was getting all the hints I was feeling I needed, because in my free time I was always working on that and thinking about the way you treat sound or images, while you capture them into the digital world, and while you capture into the computers and use them and you transfer them. So I started from the formats, and I was inspired by the work of a great Italian engineer, Leonardo Chiariglione, who is the founder of the MPEG, the motion picture experts group. I don't know if you know about them. Those are the guys that invented the MP3, so the format that everybody is using for audio, and the
Yeah.
MP4. So the MPEG at the
Yeah.
start. So he was one that he had this idea from the JPEG group. He went to a meeting of them and had the idea to transfer this approach to the motion picture, to the making of video and transferring of videos and something like that. And I was also studying the electronics behind the whole stuff. So I studied the CCD of cameras, photo cameras, how they work. And because I studied electronics actually, so my basic study is about electronics, but my passions are about music and obviously my family and coding, because I'm a programmer after all. I'm a project manager, but I love programming. I love coding, so I got an understanding of how things work, to the very very basic of them, to the electronics and how they are treated. So I realized at a certain point that those things, I mean sounds and images, can be treated because they actually are sampled signals, complex signals that are being sampled, digitally sampled. Actually, I developed myself in '94 a digital music editing system from scratch, and it was a product for the company, a new product. At the time, I've been doing a lot of amazing things for my job. I put a radar control system on board military helicopters for just to tell you something more. In 2010, I set up the infrastructure for video streaming of two nationwide reality shows in Italy and Spain in 2001. I don't know, it's Big Brother actually. One of the it was the second edition in Italy and Spain, and I set up all the infrastructure, the whole infrastructure. And I've been developing a lot of projects, web projects and digital projects, web TVs, and a lot of stuff. Flight simulators for military pilots. a lot of things.
Wow.
Actually.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I've been always thinking in my free time about this thing, those basic things. So how actually can we manage to get everything from what we are sampling? Because I realized that there were much more than what we can see inside an image. So this is something really new, really strange. I was always thinking out of the box. I was always thinking out of many boxes, actually. And oh, I got a call. Okay, I'll call him back. So I was thinking of so many out of so many boxes that and it was so it seemed weird at the beginning because it was so unusual. I started applying this unusual approach to all those signals at the beginning on sounds, then on images, and it was really exciting because I was getting results. So I leveraged my ability to code, and I started coding the algorithms I was thinking of. So because I wanted to put them at test, okay?
Yeah.
And through the years, I was just adding year by year hundreds of algorithms. I developed hundreds of them, and I tested them against so many cases. So and while I was getting results, I was studying the results and doing additional discoveries. You know. So at a certain point, I realized that my technology was specially adapt to study tiny things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now when this outbreak hit all of us, I immediately thought maybe I can do something, maybe I can help, maybe I can do something. So I immediately looked for images on the internet, for actual images from the electron microscopes the researchers were publishing, and I found some of them not very nice images, not high resolution, just low resolution, just to publish something on the internet. You know,
Right.
they are not publishing directly the high res images, but this is not the point for me, because even starting from that point, from those images and those very basic level of data or input data, I've been able to come out with results that they were just astonishing me. I was surprised myself but I was not sure.
Yeah.
Are they useful? Are they something meaningful? So I'm no virologist. I'm no microbiologist. You know, so I understood that I needed to submit those images to make them be validated by virologists. So I started trying to get in contact with some of them. I published on my LinkedIn profile because I was already having 2,000 contacts on my LinkedIn profile.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, now I'm at 2,500, let's say. Yeah, just 500 in a few days, in the latest days, because I'm trying to spread this information, because I want to as many people as possible to know about it, because I really want to put me at test, and I want them to put me at test, and I was lucky. Okay, most of them are not paying attention to me, and I understand, because I'm a programmer, I'm a coder, I'm a software guy, and they are biologists, so it's something so different. But I know about images, and I know about image processing and 3D reconstruction, you know, and I know about coding, and I've been my whole life doing that. So I was lucky at a certain point, because I got directly in contact, because she accepted my request to connect, a virologist from San Diego, California, She's a very renowned virologist. She's an expert in coronavirus. This was very lucky. An expert in coronavirus. But she founded her company 20 years ago on her invention of a purifier kit. She invented a purifying kit for viruses, and she's selling her kits to labs all over the world. So obviously you have to understand that if she is giving me has been giving me feedbacks and comments, and those are precious to me. But she has something else to do, so she has her own business to manage.
Right.
So, but actually, as I submitted my images, immediately she recognized, and I was surprised myself too, because I was thinking, is this really meaningful? Because I came up with one specific image, and she told me, okay, how come you were able to get such a neat image? I never saw something like that, and it is exactly how it should be. She was saying, okay, this is the capsid of the virus, and I can recognize the RNA complex with protein inside, and the lipid and membrane and stuff like that. I'm no expert, so I barely can remember. But and that answer gave me all the strength. It was my validation. I was looking for so many years, because I was sure of my work, but actually it was so weird, so strange, so unusual, that I was thinking maybe it's not even something good. It's just something I think of. But actually, and as I submitted more images, and they are very different one from another, because I apply different transformations, different series of algorithms I learned through the years, and for each and every image, she was saying something impressive. She was impressed, and she couldn't believe that I just started from low resolution images of overall images from the computer, from the microscope. Then I was very glad that she and her team thought of putting me a test. So they did it, and I'm glad they did it. So they sent me some of their images, but unfortunately not related to coronavirus. This was okay, but I needed something to make my point. So I was glad of it, and they sent me another ugly image, from the electron microscope of another virus they have been studying in the past. So they know everything about that, and it was just a simple image, but clear enough. And I surprised them, because I came out with the inside of this image, with all showing all the proteins inside. They could recognize what they were thinking. It was the real aspect of the inside of their phage. It was a virus called a phage, and so it was impressive. I was so glad that they put me at test. And then I started publishing on my LinkedIn profile some of my results, because I'm trying to reach out to the very teams that are really working on the coronavirus. But I know they are busy. I know they have no time to lose. But I think I can give them a help. At least they can try to understand if it's something that can help them.
For sure.
Because then also another one, another microbiologist from Buenos Aires. After some days, I asked him feedbacks. Gave me a positive feedback about my work. So he appreciated the results, and he also couldn't understand how I'm able to how can I do it. Obviously, this is my thing. But I'm so happy that something recognizable for them, because it means it's useful. It can be useful.
Yeah,
they have just to point me to the right spot. Okay, let me see what you can get from this point. This is the thing.
So you can basically take an image, like a microscopic level image that somebody else has taken, and then you can redo that into a way that gives them a lot more information out of that same image.
Yeah, but it's so mind-blowing because everybody working in the image processing industry has a mindset that is a box, so everyone is thinking of manipulating image in the very same way, even if you come out with filters, any kind of filters, but if you are not able to change the way you treat pixels, the way you are treating the information hidden in those pixels, okay, I understand that's not possible. It's obvious. I agree, because it seems that I actually I could say that I extract more detail from an image than there are there. but
Interesting.
It's something it's related to the way I understood all the chain works.
Yeah.
I put everything together and I reprocess them again from the very beginning. Okay.
Interesting.
So, and actually, even if I'm able to extract a lot of information, of new information from them, I know that there are even more, a lot more, using my approach. So I can do even more in the future. But okay.
Right. So how are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you like what's your day job? Are you doing this as a self-employed person? Are you doing this as a researcher? Like how are you making this happen?
No. Actually, I'm a software developer. Actually, I'm a project manager, and I have built my whole career on managing projects. Now I'm completing a digital migration project on a big bank in Germany. But I'm working remotely from Italy now. I was in Germany since a week ago or so, and I was I went here back to Italy in the middle of this, and so I have also this experience that is pushing me towards this thing that I want to help getting rid of this thing. And in the meantime, obviously, I want also that the world knows about my discoveries, about my technology, my work, and obviously, I'm thinking of starting a good business out of it. And I did it in the past 3 years ago. I did all my researches and I found a niche market in which I could apply the first application of my technology, and it was working really good. But and actually, I was looking for the right partner to do this, to start this, and to date, I haven't found anyone that I trust enough.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, and that said, I was also I realized also that niche, even though it's a very good one, it's maybe not the right one to start this whole business on.
Yeah.
So and you have to know that that my technology could have so many applications. You cannot believe it. So what we are talking about is mind blowing, but there's more of it, much more. I did thousands of tests on many fields, and it's impressive. But obviously, I had my good doubts. I was refrained myself to go ahead because I was not sure, because it was counter. It was how to say counterstating what everybody was saying. Okay, so I was very cautious about it. But now that had the opportunity to do something very special, very specific, and obviously I came out with those images, and I was not able to understand what was inside. So, but they can do it.
Yeah.
When they see it, they say, okay, that's what I imagine it should be. How come that you? Because she was asking me, are you applying mathematical models of proteins, of behavior, proteins behavior? I could have done it, but it's not necessary. I've done something very different. But she recognized them. She recognized their stuff, you know. Sorry for talking this way.
No, that's exactly what I wanted. So yeah, I mean, well, so give me an example. So obviously this is your primary thing right now, but like, what do you think? What's another example or two of like how you could apply this? I mean, beyond looking at viruses.
Yeah, actually, I'm able actually to get a 3D model, okay, out of flat images, okay.
Wow. Okay.
When it comes to tiny parts of it.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's something related to it. That's why I told you it's specifically adapt to tiny things, because that's where it's most effective. Actually, just to say, I can show you. I was able to 3D print teeth, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, out of just flat images.
Okay.
And I was thinking of doing it because, you know, intraoral scanners are very expensive and stuff like that. So I could do it very cost effective and things like that. And this was the niche market I spotted.
Yeah.
And it is actually one of the applications, but okay.
Interesting.
Maybe not the main one. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah. No, it's interesting. Yeah. So, okay.
And also, I just turned 53, you know, and I want to to do something more than just do my job. And I do a great job. I'm so proud of everything I have done in my career, but I can do more.
Yeah.
I can do more. I can do more. I want to.
Well, awesome. Yeah. So, I mean, well, tell me, how can, if somebody wants to find out more about this from you, like they want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that?
LinkedIn.
You mentioned LinkedIn. Yeah.
LinkedIn.
Okay.
I'm on LinkedIn. I'm very fond of LinkedIn. I'm using this platform because I even have a profile on Facebook, but just because I was forced to by my company. But I have no contacts except from my family on Facebook, because I don't want to be because it requires time, it requires energy to interact. On LinkedIn, I trust the platform more, and even if there's a lot of noise also on LinkedIn, but actually everybody's there to search for something, to show who he is, and to try to get something. This is pretty normal, and you have just to try to build good relationships, as in the real life, you know, and especially now when we are all in our houses, and hoping that this is enough to slower the propagation of this bad thing. While we are in our houses and working from home and stuff, using those platforms is a good thing. I think it's really helpful, and I found a lot of people that even though they are trying to do their business, and this is normal, but they are trying also to help sincerely, and this is good. So we can find ways to help each other, and this is also good. And so we grow together.
Yeah, absolutely. Who's the virologist in San Diego that you've been talking to?
She's Mary Lou Gibson.
Mary Lou Gibson. Okay. All right.
Mary Lou Gibson. She knows very well the results I submitted her, and also she was the one putting me a test, and
Yeah.
with her phage, it was really fun from a certain point, because I wanted to be put at test, and I still want to be put at test but from people that are trying to see something more about this virus in particular.
For sure.
Okay.
No, I'm definitely gonna reach out to her. So I think this conversation is great. I'm gonna want to post this conversation, if that's okay with you, and then I definitely want to reach out to her. And I know she's probably incredibly busy right now, but
yes,
but yeah, right. But I mean, if there's any way we could get a call, with both of you, because I'd love to.
It would be amazing. It would be amazing.
Yeah, and I'd really like for you to be able to show some examples of what you put together, and her kind of walk through it and tell us,
you can find examples on my LinkedIn profile, because I choose to publish them because I'm trying to let people know. And there is also another microbiologist from Buenos Aires, if you want, Eduardo Ilan. You can find the references to both of them on my posts, because I thank them both on my posts publicly, because I really appreciate that they took their time to take a look. Eduardo, actually, he's very a man of very few words, but he appreciated my job. He's the one that answered me after 3 or 4 days or something. But
gotcha.
It was,
I'll definitely reach out to both of them, for sure, and see if we can get something else set up. Because like I said, we're gonna post this conversation, but if we could set up something to get a little bit talking through the images and that kind of thing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you too. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Just to let you know, just the last thing. I wrote directly to the Minister of Technology and Innovation in Italy to try to get a direct line to researchers, but unfortunately her LinkedIn profile, I'm in direct contact with her on LinkedIn, but obviously she's busy. I know maybe she gave to assistant the managing of the LinkedIn profile, so nobody answered to my letter. But okay, it's the way it works. I understand. I'm trying other ways. So.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. And hopefully, we can catch up again here in a little bit and go over this some more. Yeah. Good deal.
Happily.
Awesome. All right. Appreciate it, Ilario. Have a good one, man.
Thank you very much. Bye, Jeremy.
Right, bye.
Bye. Stay safe.
Bye. Yeah, you too.
Stay safe home.
That's right. Ciao.
Ciao.
All right. Bye.
Together we win.
There you go. That's right. Yeah.
That's my hashtag now. Together we win.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Bye.
You've got to stay indoors, but keep working together.
Exactly. Cheers, Jeremy.
Yeah. See ya.
Ciao.